Edgar Allan Poe, a name synonymous with mystery and the macabre. Born in 1809, Poe's life was as enigmatic as his stories. He faced numerous personal tragedies, including the early loss of his parents and the untimely death of his beloved wife, Virginia. These experiences deeply influenced his writing, infusing it with a sense of melancholy and despair. His stories and poems continue to captivate readers even today. Works like The Telltale Heart, The Fall of the House of Usher, and The Raven are timeless classics that delve into the human condition, exploring themes of guilt, madness, and the supernatural. Poe's ability to weave intricate plots and create atmospheric tension is unparalleled. Poe's dark imagination and unique writing style left an indelible mark on literature. His mastery of the short story format and his pioneering work in the detective fiction genre laid the groundwork for future literary giants. Poe's creation of the detective character C. Auguste Dupin in The Murders in the Rue Morgue is often considered the precursor to Sherlock Holmes. He explored themes of death, loss, and the darker side of the human psyche. His fascination with the macabre and the Gothic is evident in his vivid descriptions and haunting imagery. Poe's works often blur the line between reality and the supernatural, leaving readers questioning what is real and what is imagined. Poe's influence extends far beyond his own work. His innovative use of language and his ability to evoke deep emotional responses have inspired countless writers, poets, and artists. Literary gatherings in the 19th century often discussed his works, and his stories were published in numerous journals and magazines of the time. He inspired generations of writers and continues to do so. Modern authors often cite Poe as a significant influence on their work, and his stories are still studied in literature classes around the world. Bookstores frequently host events celebrating his contributions to literature, and his works are continually reprinted and adapted into various media. His literary innovations, particularly in the genres of horror and detective fiction, cemented his place as a literary giant. The Raven, with its melancholic refrain and rhythmic beauty, remains one of the most famous poems in American literature. Poe's detective stories set the stage for the modern mystery genre, influencing writers like Arthur Conan Doyle and Agatha Christie. Poe's life, much like his work, was shrouded in mystery and tragedy. Despite his struggles with poverty, alcoholism, and personal loss, he left behind a legacy that continues to resonate with readers and writers alike. His contributions to literature are immeasurable, and his works remain a testament to the power of the written word. Born in Boston in 1809, Poe's early life was marked by hardship. Orphaned at a young age, he was taken in by John Allan, a successful merchant. Poe's relationship with Allan was complex and often strained. Despite a comfortable upbringing, Poe experienced financial instability throughout his life. He attended the University of Virginia but was forced to leave due to gambling debts. This financial instability would follow Poe throughout his life. He later enrolled in the United States Military Academy at West Point, but was dismissed after intentionally violating regulations. Poe's literary career began with poetry, but he achieved greater recognition for his short stories. His early works, though not widely celebrated at the time, laid the foundation for his later success. Poe's unique style and thematic focus on the macabre set him apart from his contemporaries. The Raven, published in 1845, became an instant success, solidifying his reputation as a master of the macabre. This poem, with its melancholic tone and eerie atmosphere, captivated audiences and critics alike. The repeated refrain of "Nevermore" echoed the despair and longing that Poe so masterfully conveyed. The poem's haunting rhythm and dark themes resonated with readers, establishing Poe as a literary force. His ability to weave complex emotions into his verses made The Raven a timeless piece. Readers were drawn to the poem's exploration of loss, madness, and the supernatural. The Telltale Heart, a chilling tale of murder and guilt, showcased Poe's ability to create suspense and psychological depth. The story's unreliable narrator and vivid descriptions of paranoia and guilt left a lasting impression on readers. Poe's mastery of the short story format was evident in his precise and evocative language. The Fall of the House of Usher, with its crumbling mansion and eccentric characters, exemplified Poe's exploration of madness and decay. The story's Gothic elements and atmospheric setting created a sense of dread and unease. Poe's portrayal of the Usher family's decline mirrored his own fascination with the fragility of the human mind. These stories, along with many others, solidified Poe's place in the literary canon. His works continue to be studied and admired for their innovative use of language and their profound psychological insights. Poe's influence can be seen in countless writers and artists who followed in his footsteps, making him a true master of the macabre. Poe's writing is characterized by its dark and often disturbing themes. He explored the depths of the human psyche, delving into madness, guilt, and the macabre. His stories often featured unreliable narrators, blurring the lines between reality and delusion. Poe's use of vivid imagery and symbolism enhanced the atmosphere of dread and suspense in his work. He was a master of creating a sense of unease, leaving readers questioning the nature of reality itself. His writing, while disturbing, offered a glimpse into the darkest corners of the human experience. Section 5. Echoes of a Mysterious Life. Poe's personal life was as tragic as the tales he wrote. He struggled with poverty, alcoholism, and the loss of several loved ones. His beloved wife, Virginia, died of tuberculosis at a young age, a tragedy that deeply affected Poe. Despite his personal struggles, Poe continued to write, producing some of his most haunting works during this period. The themes of loss, death, and the fragility of the human mind permeate his writing, reflecting the darkness he experienced in his own life. Section 6. A Legacy of Literary Innovation. Poe's impact on literature is undeniable. He is credited with pioneering new genres, including detective fiction and science fiction. The Murders in the Rue Morgue, considered the first detective story, introduced the now familiar tropes of the brilliant detective and the locked room mystery. Poe's influence can be seen in the works of countless writers, from Arthur Conan Doyle to Stephen King. His exploration of the darker side of human nature and his mastery of suspense continue to inspire and terrify readers today. Section 7. Poe's influence on detective fiction. Poe's creation of the detective story genre is perhaps his most enduring legacy. The Murders in the Rue Morgue introduced C. Auguste Dupin, a brilliant detective who relies on logic and deduction to solve crimes. Dupin's methods paved the way for iconic detectives like Sherlock Holmes and Hercule Poirot. Poe's stories established the key elements of the genre, including the brilliant but eccentric detective, the baffling crime, and the process of deduction and analysis. Poe's stories and poems continue to resonate with readers today. Transcending time and cultural boundaries, his exploration of universal themes like death, loss, and the human psyche remains relevant. The dark beauty of his language, the haunting imagery, and the exploration of the macabre continue to fascinate and disturb. Poe's works offer a glimpse into the darker corners of the human experience, reminding us of the fragility of the human mind and the power of our deepest fears. Poe's works have been adapted countless times for stage, film, and television. From classic horror films to modern interpretations, his stories continue to inspire artists across various mediums. These adaptations attest to the enduring power of Poe's imagination and the universality of his themes. Each interpretation brings a fresh perspective to his work, ensuring that Poe's legacy continues to evolve and captivate new audiences. Beyond literature and film, Poe's influence extends to music, art, and even fashion. His image and his works have become cultural icons, inspiring everything from Gothic fashion to heavy metal music. Poe's dark romanticism and fascination with the macabre continue to resonate with artists and audiences alike. His work serves as a reminder of the power of the imagination and the enduring allure of the dark and mysterious. Edgar Allan Poe's life ended as mysteriously as it began. Born in 1809, Poe's early years were marked by tragedy and loss, shaping the dark and brooding themes that would later define his work. Found delirious on the streets of Baltimore in October 1849, he was taken to Washington College Hospital. Despite the efforts of the doctors, he died a few days later under mysterious circumstances. His final days were shrouded in confusion and delirium, with no clear explanation for his condition. The cause of his death remains a subject of debate to this day. Some speculate it was due to alcohol poisoning. Others suggest it was a result of rabies, epilepsy, or even a political kidnapping gone wrong. The lack of medical records and the mysterious nature of his symptoms have only fueled the speculation. Despite the enigma surrounding his death, Poe's legacy as a literary giant is secure. His works, filled with macabre and gothic elements, have left an indelible mark on literature. Poe's ability to delve into the darkest corners of the human mind and his innovative storytelling techniques have cemented his place in literary history. His haunting tales, such as The Telltale Heart and The Fall of the House of Usher, his exploration of the human psyche and his innovation in genre fiction continue to inspire and terrify readers worldwide. Poe's mastery of suspense and his ability to evoke a sense of dread and unease have made his stories timeless. Edgar Allan Poe's work remains a testament to the power of the written word and the enduring allure of the dark side of the human experience. His influence can be seen in countless authors, filmmakers, and artists who continue to draw inspiration from his unique vision. Poe's legacy is not just in his stories, but in the way he has shaped the landscape of horror and mystery for generations to come.